Hello and Namaste. Welcome back to the series which reflects on the provisions relating to unpaid dividend amount and the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority. I am Ketan from 19.2 Consulting. In our previous videos, we have taken a look at the amount and the timelines which has to be credited to the unpaid dividend account and what if the default is committed into following these timelines. Now, in this video, we are going to reflect on what happens if the amount is not claimed by the investor or the shareholder from the unpaid dividend account. This is a very important provision because this actually triggers the procedure of reclamation of the shares. I'll read the section and then we will reflect on the simpler format of the interpretation. Subsection 5 of section 124 states, any money transferred to the unpaid dividend account of a company in pursuance of this section, that is section 124, which remains unpaid or unclaimed for a period of 7 years from the date of such transfer shall be transferred by the company along with interest accrued, if any, thereon to fund established under subsection 1 of section 125, and the company shall send a statement in the prescribed form of the details of such transfer to the authority which administers the said fund, and that authority shall issue a receipt to the company as evidence of such transfer. Now, there is an enabling section and there is also a procedure hidden into this section. The first enabling part of this section is that if the amount which is been transferred to unpaid dividend account as per subsection 1 of section 124, if it remains there in that account or if it lies there unclaimed in that account for 7 years, then the said amount of dividend has to be transferred to a fund which is established under section 125(1) or subsection 1 of section 125 of the Companies Act 2013, which is none other than Investor Education and Protection Fund. So, any amount remaining unclaimed or lying idle for 7 years in unpaid dividend account gets transferred to the Investor Education and Protection Fund under the provision of this specific section. Now, this fund, that is the Investor Education and Protection Fund, is being governed by a specific authority. That authority is titled as Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority. Now, what the company has to do, I have mentioned that this section actually entails a hidden procedure into it. What the company has to do, it has to keep a check on the timeline of 7 years. The moment 7 years are completed and the specific amount of dividend is lying idle, then it has to transfer it to the fund, plus it will also have to file a return along with the statement to the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, which governs that fund, Investor Education and Protection Fund, and it will have to, in that statement, it will have to detail out all the specifics of the amount which is being transferred to the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority or the Investor Education and Protection Fund. So, the section enables the company to do this and also provides a broad timeline or a broad procedure as to what has to be done after the amount is being transferred. Now, once the amount is transferred to the Investor Education and Protection Fund, then it has to be reclaimed by the investor from the Investor Education and Protection Fund by providing all the papers, documents and requisite information to the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, and from there it can go back to the investor's account, which is none other than the reclamation procedure that we talk about, or the entire crux of these videos. So this is how the amount gets transferred to Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority. We are going to talk about this fund and this authority more in the upcoming videos. If you have any query relating to reclamation of the investments, dematerialization of securities, or any kind of investment related queries, you can feel free to reach out to us. You may reach out to us by writing an email on info@19to.in, or you may simply put a comment into the comment section of this video and we will be all the more happy to help. Till the time, this is Ketan Kank signing off. Thank you so much.